Hello everybody, my name's Pris, and welcome back to another episode of Breakdown Build Up. Today's episode's a pretty colorful one. It was a long time in the making, but I had tons of fun with it. So without further ado, enjoy! So this time around, I wanted to look at real-life examples of architecture. So I decided to look at the various styles and see what would fit best with what I've already built and what would fit well with the surrounding context. And I think I've landed on one. Now, it started out with Greek and Roman. I'm not quite sure where all these buildings are from. So one thing that was inspiring me a lot was, of course, all the arches. But they've got entire domes supported on arches literally everywhere. We got half circles, we've got entire spheres. Now, I needed to find a way to incorporate this style of architecture with a factory setting. Because after all, this is a wool farm. It still needs to serve its purpose. I started looking around for examples on how these architectural elements were used. Arches, circles, rotundas, domes, etc. So I found this factory in India, and they use a lot of the same architectural elements. Here's their floor plans and ceiling plans. I think it's some sort of clean energy factory. I'm not quite sure, but I can make it serve my purpose. This picture really inspired me because of how the light is coming into it. For me, it always goes back to the daylight. I love seeing how the lighting systems play out in these builds. And I'm hoping this can actually turn out really well. There's some cool pictures of the Pantheon that does a similar light system, but it has just a hole in the center where the light comes in. Whereas this treats the light more like a clear story window. See, this is a clear story. It lets light in well above where a person would be standing. So their line of sight is to not directly look through it, but it still lets in plenty of daylight and just brightens the whole place up. You see, it's kind of like the light well I built for the mushroom, but it makes the lighting indirect instead of direct lighting. So we're going to take these ideas and see what we come up with. So I've been working for a bit here, and I've made some progress. I've got a colonnade system going up right now. We're going to have this lower pediment area. Probably some arches in between here, make a little arcade around or something. And then this section is going to have arches going through, leading off to the different hallways and all the sheep farms and such. I just want to see what the proportions look like with each other. So I'm actually about to have to sketch some of this up, just to see how it looks in the world, to see if it's going to be the right size. I'm going to sketch some stuff up and see what looks good. All right. We have 3 different renders showing off different design ideas that we can use for this. A lot of this is actually mix and match. I just drew them as they came to my head. So now we need to start consolidating all of these ideas into one central idea. I think out of all the different ways that the rainbow flows out of the factory, I think I like this one the best. It actually gives the factory vibes while still keeping with the Greek and the Roman architecture aspects. All right, now let's pick the middle part. Now, I'm not really liking this one because it kind of feels too tall. We need to conserve on the height at the moment. This one actually is a pretty basic idea. It's pretty similar to this one. So I think we're going to take this one as well. Now just to pick the roof. I like this one, but I feel like it just doesn't quite fit the vibe. Mostly because this down here is super detailed. So to have a not very detailed system up here kind of just makes it look incomplete. So I like the idea of this dome. Let's give this a shot. All right, there we go. We've got all the sheep farms set up. We got one in every color. This took so much iron. I didn't realize how much iron this would take, but considering each of these is filled with 9 shears, and then you got 3 on each color across all 16 colors, plus all the mine carts, all the hoppers, everything like that. It's a lot of iron. It's definitely a lot. Ooh, let me show you in shaders. This is coming out so well right now. I'm so happy with this. I love the little neon color indicators. I mean, you can't really tell the difference in some of them, but it's so nice. This is going to look great when it's done. I'm so excited. But first, we need to figure out what to do on all these outer parts now. So, let's go back to the drawing board. So what we're dealing with here is a situation where I need to put an aisle around the circular nave. And there aren't any good Roman examples for this. I know we were using a bunch of Greek Roman architecture for this, but I think looking at other style types will help us better. So I was looking at various cathedrals and such, and they seem to share this one articulated pattern here of literally just a sloped roof over the side aisle, which I think that's the route I'm going to have to take. It's not very decorative, but it'll at least get the structure around what we need. I never realized how much of a grind this project would be. I've been working on this for maybe a month now. It's been a while. It's been a while. I've gone through so much marble, so much diorite, so much time doing all this. I've redone that roof maybe twice, almost 3 times now. But I just gave up on redoing it at this point. I'm not fully happy with it, but I can't just keep wasting time on it because then the rest of this will not get done. But this has been so much grinding. Like, that mushroom was a grind of about a month. But by this time, like, into the process, I had it pretty much finished. But this, let me show you. I would say I'm about 2/3 of the way done here. Maybe half. It depends on how long this dome takes me. It's a lot. It's a lot. And there's still a lot to go. I'm still having a lot of fun with this. It's just getting through all the work. Oh no, that's messed up. My count's off. If I had planned this out better, this might have flowed a lot easier. But it's the fact that based on this circle, nothing's actually quite even. I didn't do my math just right, and it caused a couple of issues here and there. I fixed a few of them, or at least made them to where they wouldn't be so noticeable. I mean, you're not going to notice them unless I point them out. And I'm not going to point them out. We just have to slap a roof on this? Oh, deja vu, huh? It was just slap a roof on that, and I'll slap a roof on this 2 weeks later. This grind is never ending. I love this so much. Oh, look at that. This is turning out so well right now. Oh, this makes me happy. Look at this. Look how tiny I am. And then look how massive this is. Like that glowing thing, that's a sheep. That's a single sheep. Oh, this dome actually did not take that long. It took maybe a day and a half. But it took a lot of mental work. And now, the next part is to bring a light source. A very, very specific type of light source. All the way through this system. There we go. I've got something going on here. This looks a lot better with shaders. Hold up. So we got a little something started here. Half of me was considering just not adding the lights at all. But I think it kind of adds to this. It definitely makes a central focus here. So I want to play around with the surrounding area first to see sort of what we can get going on here. I did it! I just finished it. Oh, hi friend. I finally finished all the structure. All I've got left to do is this bottom area here, and then all of the interior and the decoration. But I finally have the entire structure itself finished. I still have a couple of these pieces left to do, but it was so much. Oh no, I'm missing walls here. All right, well, I'm almost done. But it was so much to get all of this in and to keep every single one of these patterns the same. On the windows, on all the entablatures, on every little plinth, on all of the arches. Every little pattern around this had to be identical. Now all that's left to do is fill in this wall behind me, and then the structure is 100% done. And then we'll get to dress this up. Oh, this looks great. I'm so happy with this. I wanted to do this overgrown look throughout all of this. And I also wanted to show the fact that it's sort of decaying. So I broke out some of the build. Literally, I built it just to break it. So I broke it out and put some scaffolding up around. And then a bunch of overgrowth coming in. I love it. I love it. Oh, it's great. Hi, Sir Porkins. He keeps going into all the chests. I don't know what he's looking for. It's only wool. This is literally just a sheep farm. You can't find anything else here. All of this. All of this. And what's gonna come later there. Everything here is just for this sheep farm. It's a bit extravagant, but wow, this has been so fun to do. I'm hoping I can pull off something that's pretty cool for this area. I've got a couple ideas, but I don't know. I'm gonna wing it. I'm just gonna play around with it and see what I make. All right, last part, let's go. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's finally done. Oh my goodness. This took so much work. Oh, but I'm so happy it's done. Mr. Porkins has literally been circling every single one of these sheep pens. He's doing a great job. Oh, and in my humble opinion, you know, my personal humble opinion, I think I did a great job too. I'm very happy with this. This has been such a long running project. I've been working on this for so long now. Non-stop grinding. And it's done. Okay, let me explain this real quick. We have each of these sheep pens over here. Ooh, don't look at the Enderman. And the color is draining from them into these neon blocks from the Blockus mod and all the stained glass. It's to give this effect that the color's being drained down through them. And some of it siphons into this, I don't know, wind tunnel thing, which blows up the smoke. And then the rest of it drains out this way. Oh, look at that. This is great. This is wonderful. All right, let me show you what it looks like with shaders. There it is. Oh, this looks stunning. Now, all that's left to do is clean up all these shulker boxes and start the farm up. So we have an ultimate chunk loader here from the chunk loader mod. We're just gonna plop it in, load up the whole area. Anywhere we've got these farms at. I didn't lay out the farm very efficiently, but then again, I made all of this for the farm. You can tell we don't really care about proficiencies here. So we'll leave that running and let the farm do its thing.